Hello everyone, my name is Eve and this will be your astrology forecast for the month of November 2022 for the sign of Scorpio. This will be a month of great beginnings and great endings when it comes to me versus others part in your life. Because the second round of eclipses had just started with the solar eclipse on the 25th of October in your first house and the lunar eclipse which will be happening on the 8th of November in your 7th house. So, you will be in a big way touched with developments in these two areas. The other big theme for this month is the fact that Mars just went retrograde on the 30th of October in your 8th house, and Mars, as your traditional ruler, will be definitely affecting your way of acting upon things. There will be changes also when it comes to your 5th house topics. What makes you happy and self-expression introspections comes in a big way because of the square between Mars and Neptune on the 19th of November. On the 8th of November, there will be a full moon, a total lunar eclipse in your 7th house. So, commitment and stabilizing a relationship, personal or business-wise, is an area which is energized and to focus around this time. But really, the effect will be long-lasting because this will be happening on the North Node, which speaks about destiny. On the 23rd, we have a new moon in Sagittarius in your 2nd house, and on the same day, Jupiter will turn direct in your 5th house, so travel and in general self-efficacy and being able to see the bigger picture improves towards the end of the month. Let's start explaining all these patterns here, and let me just start briefly with the new moon, which happened on the 25th of October, because it is a part of the bigger picture, since eclipses are always happening between two opposite polarity points. The new moon will be with Venus, which rules your 7th and your 12th house. So this energy will be about dissolving a part of yourself that you wouldn't like to take it towards your destiny point. Something which is toxic and not serving you will be illuminated. And maybe you won't yourself be conscious about it. Maybe your partner will be bringing to a light a particular pattern of your behavior that is not serving your relationship. And the new moon being with the South Node is also saying that something must go in order for something new and better to occupy the place. So, decluttering will definitely be a theme there with this solar eclipse. And Scorpio is fixed water sign, so it goes very deep when it comes to all sorts of conditionings, if they don't have some kind of meditative releasing technique. So in order to go towards the new, we first must liberate ourselves from those kinds of conditionings and make place for new and fresh energy. And this can be a challenge for some of you who would still want to linger on the past forms of being, and in that way limiting your self-growth as a human being. And from this being said, I will continue right away with talking about the full moon or the total lunar eclipse happening in your 7th house because it is very connected. So, whenever we have an eclipse or a transit, and from this being said, I will continue right away with talking about the full moon or the total lunar eclipse happening in your 7th house. Whenever we have an eclipse or a transit passing our 7th house, we are being challenged by other people in our life, and usually by an intimate partner, a really close friend, or our one-on-one business partnership. And you, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising, are having Uranus transiting there, which is also a part of this full moon. So you have been having this energy in your 7th house since 2018. You have been experiencing ups and downs in this area for a long time. Instant divorces, instant marriages, divorcing someone who would have never want to live, and ending with someone with who you would never thought to be your type, Friends have been also a challenge for you. You have been experiencing surprises from them. They were showing their true face and leaving you speechless. But be happy because this energy is coming to an end, especially if you accept the lessons with ease and humility as something that needs to happen in order to liberate you. That's the effect of Uranus. And not one of the Scorpios is left unchanged, but this eclipse in particular will challenge the most the ones who have planets around the 16th degree in any of the fixed signs: Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. This one can take you places unimagined by now. You could be instantly relocating because Saturn from your 4th house is squaring the eclipse. Older authoritative figure can also come into the picture, and not just people-wise, but also institutions-wise. All of that will be on your way as a challenge, which will need to be overcome in order for you to make that commitment, to marry, to divorce, or to make that business contract on which you have been working for some time now. So now let's bring Mars into the picture, your ancient ruler. So Mars went retrograde in your 8th house on the 30th of October, making you rethink or redo your managing of shared resources, money-wise, but also paperology, because it is in the sign of Gemini, a sign ruled by Mercury, which is connected to paperology in the astrology. So your focus will be needed in that area. But what happens with the square with Neptune, which will be happening 3 times until Mars leaves the sign of Gemini? The first one happened on the 12th of October, the second one will be happening on the 19th of November, and the last one on March 14th. So for 3 times this energy will be challenging your individuality, self-image and ego, because Neptune is in your 5th house and is dissolving your ego since 2012. And this month Mars is retrograde, which is more inwardly working towards discovering your originality and who you have become these last years of crazy changes. Am I happy? What will happen when I finally get on my destination? Do I even want all of this? Also, your children could be coming on your mind. Maybe they are grown up and far from you, and now you have to find yourself isolated from the role of just being a mom or a dad. And that could be hard. And I see this especially with Scorpio rising people, having Neptune in your 5th house. Maybe your children are dissolved for some time now, and they can't find themselves. Because the ego dissolvement is harder for children to undergo, they can feel lost in the sea of countless possibilities and not knowing what to do with themselves. On the 23rd, along with the ingress of Sun, Mercury and Venus in your 2nd house in Sagittarius, we will have a new moon in the same sector. And imagine what, on the same day, Jupiter turns direct in your 5th house, and Jupiter rules your 2nd house, so this can be a great energy to work on a creative project, to give it form and sustainability. This time will be also excellent for traveling. Jupiter is travel and the 5th house is your children, so many of you will be visiting the children or they could be visiting you. It will be a great finish of the month. Use the fire to inspire you for the long coming winter. It will serve you good. Wish you a happy November, dear Scorpios. And if you have liked my readings, press like, subscribe, and write me your experience of this month in the comment section. I could be as well learning something new. And if you would like a personal reading with me, write me on my email, which you could be able to find in the description of this channel. Until the next time, bye.